What is up, guys? This is Sam Talks About Games, and I'm going to talk about video games as an art and different examples of such. So, the reason I believe video games are art is it causes a profound impact on you, right? Like video games have caused a profound impact on me. Games such as Super Metroid, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess and Ocarina of Time, Yakuza 0, Persona 5 Royal, Xenoblade Chronicles, the list goes on, right? I believe video games are a form of art, just like music is considered art, just like movies are considered art. I believe video games stand on that echelon. And I also have a personal belief that video games are the best form of media around. There's nothing that holds a candle, in my opinion. Although movies are really cool, although music is really immersive, video games offer interaction and story and gameplay and all of that. And I feel like video games offer the most immersion. So, moving forward, I feel like video games are art, like I said, and I'll offer different examples of why I think so. So, there's a lot of people that have played Yakuza 0 and just fallen in love with it, including me. And I believe it's art that the fact that you can do the serious crime drama story and, experience death and loss and all of that, and then boom, oh, you have to save this girl, she's on the brink of getting captured. Or you could go do a sub-story about a man in a loincloth chasing after you. I believe that's art. That they can create such a divide in a game and it working. Same with a game like Persona 5. Persona 5 balances the life aspects and the dungeon crawling aspects perfectly. In this modern day and age, we see a lot of JRPGs like taking place in a fantasy kind of world or the future or an abandoned, decrepit world. But Persona 5 just takes place in, the 2010s, 2020s. Takes place in the modern day. It pulls off this, otherworldly feeling in that modern day. Changing people's hearts, fighting against the corruption of the world. The theming of Persona 5 is so profound, and it's honestly the same in Persona 4 as well, and Persona 3. Persona 3 deals with loss a lot. Persona 4 deals with, I won't go too far into it, but, Persona 4 also holds some pretty strong theming. And I believe theming is also art. And that is prevalent in the Persona games. And I feel like the Zelda games also have art because they deal with that childlike joy that you can experience your whole life. I know people who are in their 20s, 30s who've played Zelda games for the first time, and they've loved it just as I loved it when I was a kid. And especially the newer Zelda games like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, they really offer for a deep level of immersion not experienced in other media. So yeah, I believe that's art as well. Furthermore, there's so many examples I could come up with, but you catch my gist, right? There's so many things in video games that could be considered as art, and I believe video games should be tried out by more people in more video games than just the mainstream ones like COD and Fortnite. COD and Fortnite are fine and all, but you're not going to experience that same level of immersion and wonder that you would in a single player or narrative based game. And I feel like it's just a missed potential for people that only play those types of games. We're going to move on to the second topic of this video, and that is video games are the best form of media. Now, I know this may be a fairly controversial topic, but I do feel like video games are the best form of media, and I'll explain why. Video games are transcendent, in my opinion. They transcend reality, in a way. If you really think about it, video games are just a bunch of code on a screen, right? Millions of lines of code stringed together to create this game, this program, essentially. And you're paying 60 to 70 bucks for that code. So it does sound stupid at first, but video games being naturally longer than a movie would, right, offer this sense of immersion. So for example, when I played Persona 5 Royal, it was about 100 hours, but, it was immersive. Some people would say it's too long, it's too big. I don't want to play a game that long. But once you get hooked into a game like Persona 5, which is super long, has so much to it, it almost becomes a part of you. I've always remembered Persona 5, and I think about Persona 5 every day, if I'm being honest with you. And I'm so grateful that I experienced that work of art. And I feel like I would never feel that way with a movie. The thing that's gotten me the closest when it comes to movies is Logan, maybe. Wolf of Wall Street as well, but I don't think of them every day like I think about my favorite video games every day. Because you're not spending a lot of time with that movie, right? You're not playing the movie, if that makes sense. You're not controlling it, you're just looking at something. And movies are great and all. They're very well made, but I just feel like video games offer the most immersion. And that's why I believe they're the best form of media. And yeah, that's what I think about that. Moving forward, though, I also think music has a good claim for why video games are the best form of media. So, I have Persona 5 music, and I'm going to have a little bit of Xenoblade music playing throughout this video. And those are some various gaming music tracks that have profoundly impressed me. But I feel like video game music can almost make you feel transcendent within the game, and really immerse you in the game. So, like this Persona music while you're in Futaba's palace has a sense of sorrow, a sense of dread, but a sense of forgiveness as well. And it really reflects her character. She's a very troubled character. She has a lot of mental issues dealing with a certain thing that I won't spoil, but video game music adds to the experience that you're going through in that specific game, is the best way to put it. And Persona does it very well. Xenoblade does it very well. Like when you're in a very emotional scene, Xenoblade will match that with the music. Yakuza as well. Yakuza has a lot of variety to it. So, yeah. Video game music also plays a part in video games being art, and why I think they're the best media. And yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And yeah, that's about it. That's it.